Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Eat Vegas, your guide to the good, the bad, and the delicious. You might not think of Las Vegas as a barbecue town, but you'd be wrong. Because while this city may be better known for blackjack and buffets, it's also a melting pot of serious barbecue talent. Most folks here aren't Vegas born, which means they've brought their regional barbecue traditions with them, from Texas to the Carolinas and everywhere in between. And lucky for us, we get to reap the smoky, slow-cooked rewards. But with so many spots popping up across the valley, choosing where to go can feel like a guessing game. Everyone is a favorite, and if you ask 10 locals where to get the best ribs, you'll get 10 different answers. Well, that's where we come in. As a former restaurant owner and award-winning chef, I've got the taste buds and the background to help you navigate the Vegas barbecue scene. So fire up your appetite, because we're counting down the best barbecue joints in Las Vegas. And keep in mind, getting on our top 5 list is an honor in its own right. So don't be too disappointed if your favorite spot doesn't win out. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of our video, because we have a winner of a deal to offer you at one of these fantastic restaurants. Okay, let's start with our 5th place winner. Hidden in a secluded residential neighborhood, John Mole's Roadkill Grill isn't the kind of place you stumble across by accident. But once you find it, you'll know you're in the right spot from the beautifully pungent aroma of meat smoking over an open fire. You practically can't bring up barbecue in Las Vegas without someone asking you, "Have you been to John Mole's?" It's a local's favorite and a barbecue institution. I mean, it's even been featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. And unlike so many restaurants who've earned that distinction, it's still in business. Having opened its doors in the 1950s, this former livestock and meat market slowly evolved into a full-fledged smokehouse that now draws fans from across the country. We kicked things off with a 3-meat combo to sample a little bit of everything. Our picks: rib tips, brisket, and pork ribs. For sides, we went with mac and cheese, collard greens, and cornbread. And heads up, there's no indoor seating, so if you're out for barbecue during one of our scorching summers, just keep that in mind. These rib tips are definitely the highlight of the plate. Sticky, smoky nuggets of porky goodness. They're crisp on the outside, moist inside, and rich with that deep, savory umami flavor that makes you forget about utensils. Sauce lovers rejoice. Their house-made barbecue sauce is sweet, bold, and layered with just the right touch of smoke. It elevates everything it touches. The brisket was lean, too lean for my taste. It lacked that juicy marbling that makes a slice of brisket just melt in your mouth. Remember what I always say, where there's fat, there's flavor. Drenched in sauce, it was passable, but would I order it again? Probably not. Now these are delicious. Meaty, smoky, and perfectly cooked. The ribs were tender without falling apart, just a real pleasure to eat, minus the small bones you get with St. Louis-style cut. I'm a baby back guy myself, but I'll give credit where it's due. Their spicy barbecue sauce is outstanding, balanced, bold, and not far off from my own. To me, this mac and cheese wildly missed the mark. Overcooked noodles and a bland, creamy white sauce, which translates to more mush than mac. If you're looking for cheddar-forward, gooey comfort, I didn't find that here. As a son of a Southern mom, I've got sky-high standards for greens. And unfortunately, these didn't measure up. While they had some pork in them, I felt they were desperately in need of salt and other seasoning. Not awful, just, in my opinion, uninspired. This Flintstone-sized beef rib is a showstopper. It's massive, tender, but just enough chew and bursting with flavor. It easily stole the show. And bonus points for the sliced beef they tossed in on the side. I guess that's a perk of bringing a camera with you. Flavorful, juicy, and next time, I'm skipping the pork altogether and going all in on the beef. The beef rib dinner comes with 2 sides. I went with the chili and the baked beans. Most of you know, I won the Malibu Chili Cook-Off multiple times, so I'm a little picky when it comes to chili. And right off the bat, I'm thinking, great, no beans, just how we purists like it. It was rich and meaty, and things went downhill with the spices. More chili powder and cumin would have done it a world of good. I thought it was okay, but nothing to write home about. Now the baked beans, hands down the best side of the meal. Sweet, smoky, and obviously made from scratch, these beans are slow cooked and seasoned with care. Next time, I think I'm getting 2 sides of beans and calling it a day. John Mole's isn't fancy, but that's part of the charm. It's a down-home, smoke-filled time capsule of Vegas history, serving good old-fashioned barbecue. It's not a trendy Vegas vibe joint, more like anywhere USA. Not everything's a slam dunk, but the highlights make the trip worthwhile. Come for the beef ribs, and you'll enjoy this little piece of Vegas history. Coming in at number 4 is Lucky Cat BBQ. This is where Texas smoke meets island soul. It's not every day you find a barbecue spot that fuses Texas brisket with Hawaiian flair and serves it all out of a food truck. But Lucky Cat BBQ isn't your everyday smokehouse. This wildly popular mobile pit stop offers something rare in the Vegas barbecue scene. Big flavors, bold fusion, and zero pretense. Yes, it's a food truck. No, it's not air conditioned. But even in the sweltering Vegas heat, it's absolutely worth tracking down. We kicked things off with the combo plate with brisket and 2 sides. It's served plate lunch style over fluffy bed of white rice. Definitely a nod to Hawaiian tradition. And then the brisket takes over. Just look at it. Glistening slices crowned with a thick peppery bark that screams Texas pride. It's smoky, deeply seasoned, and fork tender with just the right amount of fat. The espresso barbecue sauce is a game changer though. Rich, sweet, and humming with that bitter coffee kick makes you wonder why everyone doesn't use espresso in their sauce. And the sides? Also a win. The mac and cheese is gooey, creamy, and loaded with cheddar. Unfortunately, the noodles are a little soft, but hey, it's a food truck, not a Michelin star restaurant. The coleslaw is a flavor bomb. Tart, garlicky, and perked up with rice wine vinegar. Every bite works in harmony. Now this is an incredible beef rib. Not only the biggest rib in the truck, but the biggest beef rib we were served in this entire adventure. I think I actually saw the truck rise when I was handed the plate, almost the size of a pot roast. It's seasoned boldly, once again letting cracked black pepper do the heavy lifting and slow smoked to perfection. Juicy, smoky, and bursting with umami, this rib is what dreams are made of. Add the spicy house sauce, laced with sriracha and Thai chilies, and it lights up your palate like a Vegas marquee. The cold macaroni salad brings in a touch of island nostalgia, though the tuna might be divisive. It's a love it or leave it element, more suited to Hawaiian plate lunch purists. The kimchi, on the other hand, is a palate cleanser, cutting through the richness with fermented flair. Well, good luck fitting this monster in your mouth. Even Martha Ray would have thrown in the towel and grabbed a fork. It's a double stack of garlic pulled pork, thick cut pork belly, crisp Asian slaw, and a slathering of sweet heat barbecue sauce. This is a carnivore's fever dream. The pork is sweet, smoky, and sticky in all the right ways, and the slaw keeps it fresh, and not overloaded with sesame oil, just lightly drizzled with vinegar and garlic. This sandwich is massive, messy, and majestic. I loved it. The banana pudding is a twist on the Southern classic. Lighter than usual, almost mousse-like, with layers of chocolate cake and vanilla wafers on the side for dipping. It's fun and hits the spot. The ube whipped cheesecake leans more whipped cream than dense cake, but it's a gentle, not too sweet finish. The bottom has a nostalgic Hostess snowball vibe, fluffy and playful. Lucky Cat BBQ is a fusion food truck that dares to be different and pulls it off. It's not a traditional sit-down joint, and it's not trying to be. But if you're open to big barbecue flavors with a Pacific twist, you're in for something special. For sheer creativity and quality, it earns a solid spot on our Vegas barbecue tour. Well, hopefully, we're earning a solid spot on your YouTube tour. However, according to YouTube, 80% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. What? Subscribing is free, helps us grow, and to bring you more reviews. And if you find value in our reviews, consider making a small donation using the link to buy me a coffee in the description area below. Our bronze medalist is Jessie Rae's BBQ. It's a smokehouse legacy in Henderson. It isn't merely a pit stop, it's a pilgrimage for smoke seekers and meat lovers. You won't see flashy neon or hear the jangle of slot machines. Instead, you'll be greeted by something far more intoxicating. The slow-roasted perfume of hardwood wafting through the air like a smoky, savory siren song. Jessie Rae's once had 2 locations, but tragedy struck when their original storefront was lost to an electrical fire. What stands today is the last remaining outpost of this beloved barbecue haven. Hopefully someday, a new second location will rise like a phoenix from the ashes. We got things rolling with chaos. Delicious, glorious chaos. The manic fries are a towering monument of meat and cheese, engineered by someone who clearly understands that restraint is overrated. Imagine thick golden waffle fries that have been seasoned to the heavens, crisp on the outside, tender on the inside, and that's the base. Then comes a molten avalanche of cheddar-loaded mac and cheese with noodles that have texture and chew, not the sad, soggy mush that's all too common. On top of that, you get 2 heavy-hitting meats, juicy smoke-ringed brisket and pulled pork. So flavorful, and start mentally planning your return visit just to try it on a sandwich. And let's not forget the hot links. These aren't an afterthought. They're boldly spiced, deeply smoky, and clearly crafted with care. Crowned with a mystery white sauce that could probably turn cardboard into something crave-worthy, this dish is both brilliant and bonkers. If I had to guess the ingredients, maybe ranch, maybe aioli, maybe a little pixie dust. Whatever it is, I want it bottled. All in all, these fries are off the charts tasty. We then moved on to the high roller combo, which is a combination of pork ribs, beef ribs, and chicken. Jessie Rae's goes with St. Louis-style ribs, not baby backs, which may cause a stir among rib purists. But once you take a bite, all squabbling will cease. These ribs are the ideal blend of resistance and tenderness. They don't fall off the bone like mush. They make you work for it just a little, rewarding every tug with smoky sweet bliss. A sticky glaze coats the surface like lacquer, then gets hit with a tangy spice rub that lifts the flavor to new heights. No, these aren't the cartoon-sized dino bones you see at the latest barbecue joints, but they more than hold their own. Cut from the ribeye section, these beef ribs are meaty, succulent, and incredibly rich. The bark is deep, dark, and intoxicatingly smoky, a true sign of low and slow mastery. The flavor of these ribs remind me of my all-time favorite beef ribs from Dr. Hoggly Woggly's Tyler, Texas barbecue in Los Angeles. And that is high praise indeed. Well, I'll be honest, barbecue chicken isn't usually what I reach for, but in the name of journalistic curiosity and gluttony, I gave it a go. It's boneless thigh meat, moist and dripping with smoky charm. While I probably wouldn't reorder it, I'm a beef first guy through and through, it was a solid effort. The sauce still sings, even on poultry. The high roller combo comes with your choice of 2 sides, and we went with the baked beans and the coleslaw. These beans come studded with generous chunks of pork fat, making them feel more like a main course than a side. Sweet, smoky, and layered with depth. If you could ask a bean in its childhood what it wants to be when it grows up, this is what most would aspire to. I'm typically a coleslaw skeptic, but Jessie Rae's version flipped the script. It's fresh, crunchy, and dressed just before serving. No wilted mess here. The cabbage and carrots hold their crunch, and that tangy white sauce dressing ties it all together. If it feels too dry for you, a drizzle of their white sauce transforms it instantly. Jessie Rae's isn't just a barbecue joint, it's a story of vigilance, smoke, and soul. Despite their dreams turned to fiery embers, they've persevered, and this flavor-forward destination still delivers the goods. Whether you're here for the ribs, the manic fries, or just a nostalgic bite of Vegas barbecue history, one thing is clear, Jessie Rae's is doing something worth remembering, and the smoke is still rising. And sliding into the number 2 spot is Wild Fig BBQ. This was a difficult choice, as Wild Fig and the #1 spot are clearly both on another level. Well, even as the bridesmaid, I'm excited to let you in on this well-kept secret. A true hidden gem that resides behind a little industrial complex's parking lot. There's no neon sign, no gimmicks, no dining room. Just a smoker working overtime, a few outdoor tables, and a steady line of folks who know exactly what's waiting at the end. We went big with the 3-meat combo, which includes 2 sides, plus we added a third for $5 more. And because self-control isn't in our barbecue vocabulary, we also grabbed the giant beef rib, a $40 splurge that delivered serious satisfaction. As for this pastrami, they used the famous recipe from Katz's Deli, but skipped the steam and instead slowly roasted in the smoker. What comes out is a revelation. Deeply smoked, barked to perfection, and loaded with garlic, pepper, and juicy brisket flavor. No liquid smoke nonsense here. This is the real deal of smoky craftsmanship. Dip it in their house-made honey mustard, thank me later. I'm already plotting my return. Just me, a pastrami sandwich, and a moment of silence to collect myself. I used to make sausage in my restaurant, so trust me when I say they know what they're doing here when it comes to these cheddar poblano sausage. You get a good snap on the outside that you only can achieve from natural skin. The interior is ooey, gooey cheddar and just enough kick from the poblano to excite and tease your palate with a hint of spice. It's the kind of sausage that you dream about if you're the kind of person who dreams about sausage. These burnt ends don't just whisper, they scream Kansas City. Bark that crunches, a sticky sweet glaze that grabs hold of your taste buds, and a smoky richness that sticks with you. Every meat here is smoked in its own style, and it shows. These burnt ends are seriously crave-worthy. While the sides are part of the 3-meat combo, we couldn't resist jumping onto the beef rib. So sides, we'll get back to you. Yes, it's $40, and yes, worth every penny. This rib is a prehistoric mammoth size of barbecue bliss. It's massive, meltingly tender, and wash in umami. The meat slides off the bone, and the fat practically turns to butter and melts in your mouth. It's a primal indulgence, and in my opinion, the best in the city. Okay, now back to our regularly scheduled sides. Bright, briny, tart, and bold, these little homemade pickles are the unsung heroes on this food tray. They cut through the richness of this wonderfully fatty barbecue like a cool, refreshing palate cleanser. Sweet corn, black beans, and gentle heat from the tiny diced peppers, and of course, garlic, which gives it another layer of flavor. It tastes like summer. Clean, crunchy, and colorful. It's not just filler, it's a standout. They twist the classic with a hit of garlic, and suddenly it's not deli case boring, it's bright, savory, and impossible to stop eating. Braised in balsamic until they turn tangy, sweet, and caramelized. Didn't expect to fall for the vegetables at a barbecue joint, but here we are. These little guys are clearly no side dish afterthought. And finally, dessert. Like a sweet southern memory, this buttermilk chess pie. It's one of those things that, according to my mother, was invented in St. Louis, probably by Italians, she assured me. It's smooth, custardy, and laced with vanilla and butter. It's nostalgic, it's decadent, and it's only $5. Wild Fig BBQ doesn't just shout, it howls. And it doesn't just promise, it delivers. No hype, no gimmicks, just expertly smoked meats and sides that taste like they were made with love. Every bite feels deliberate, every detail matters. It's a hidden gem now, but it won't be for long. Come hungry and bring a fellow foodie. Let's not keep you in suspense any longer. Drum roll, please. The barbecue of barbecues. You dare not heckle their deckle. True Vegas brisket whisperers. A totally legit pit. And now, the undisputed Vegas king of low and slow is Soul Belly BBQ. They're located near old downtown Vegas. This smokehouse was born from a bold idea. Bring serious Central Texas barbecue to the desert, no compromises. Chef Bruce Kalman, a Top Chef alum and James Beard nominated talent, opened Soul Belly in 2021 inside the Las Vegas Arts District, a once gritty warehouse neighborhood, now pulsing with craft breweries, cider building murals, the purple-haired, and a serious food-forward energy. Kalman teamed up with local hospitality pros and brought in offset smokers straight from Texas. The result? Brisket so tender it could pass as velvet, ribs with bark you write home about, and house-made pickles that cut through the richness like a jazz solo on a foggy New Orleans evening. Soul Belly quickly earned a cult following, becoming a go-to for locals, chefs, and serious barbecue fans. This isn't barbecue pretending to be something it's not. It's the real deal, smoked low and slow, just the way it should be. They take pride in making everything from scratch, including their own beer, and it's sensational. A wonderfully light, weedy brew with a slightly sweet and nutty finish. There are so many drink choices here, I'm quite sure there's something for everyone. We finally decided on the chef's combo for two, which includes a choice of 6 meats and 6 sides. Looking at this massive tray of assorted barbecue, I can hear my mom saying, "This is enough food to feed an army." This isn't just good brisket. It's the best I've ever had. Pastrami, move over. The crust is deeply seasoned, the bark is outrageous, and the beef is beautifully fatty, and therefore flavorful. So much so, it doesn't even need sauce. I believe in Texas, they would say this is no sauce, no problem. Anyway, this is brisket at its finest. This fatty slab of heaven is so good it should be illegal. Rich, bold umami flavor, insane crust, and juicy to the core. The savory sweet marinade seeps into every morsel. Soul Bellies is my new addiction. It's also very close to where I live. That's a dangerous combination. If I'm not careful, I may have to trade in my medium chef's coat for a large. I'll admit, I nearly skipped the turkey. I had flashbacks of the time my dad attempted smoking our Thanksgiving bird. It left a lingering flavor memory from which I've never quite recovered. But this time, total barbecue turkey redemption. Moist, tender, juicy, and gently smoky. Everything barbecue turkey should be. This is how hot links should taste. Back in my restaurant days, I was known for my homemade sausages and hot dogs. So when I say these are fantastic, you can take it to the bank. Perfect fat ratio, just the right grind, snappy casing, and a beautiful char. These sausage brought back memories of my own bestsellers. We would run out every day. Each bite bursts with melty cheddar and just enough heat from the hatch chilies to make your taste buds dance. This is just one of those flavor profiles that stands the test of time. And when done right, as they are here, you can't get enough. These ribs are no joke. Not fall apart soft, they've got just the right amount of bite. Slightly sweet, smoky, and beautifully seasoned. Pour some of their 3 amazing house-made barbecue sauces, Carolina style, sweet or spicy, and it's game over. I know it looks like a pack of piranha just breezed through, but I assure you, that was all me. And then the 6 sides, plus their standard serving of house-made pickles. The broccoli, fresh, crisp, and well-seasoned. Not why I came here, but a very welcome surprise. Baked beans, another house-made winner. Sweet with a mild kick, cooked just right, not at all mushy, and not canned. Potato salad? Good, but I've always been more a fries with barbecue kind of guy. The mac and cheese, homemade pasta, rich cheese sauce, and topped with chicharron breadcrumbs. Reminds me of my own, an absolute must. Coleslaw, tart, creamy, and a little sweet. Not my top pick, but slaw fans will dig it. Cornbread, warm, cheesy mini loaves with just the right grit and texture. served with cold honey butter. Fantastic. I could wolf down several of these. And then the pickles. They're house-made bread and butter pickles are everything you'd ever want. Sweet, crunchy, spiced with mustard seeds and turmeric, just like Grandma used to make. And finally, desserts you won't want to miss. Forget what you know about banana pudding. This is an upscale version made with rich custard that reminds me of a decadent creme anglaise and fresh bananas. The cookies melt into the custard, creating a texture, making this feel like a banana tiramisu. Then, topped with crunchy pralines. Phenomenal. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a sucker for anything with Oreos. This is creamy, rich, and baked to perfection. Finished with real whipped cream and Oreos that have been crumbled. This is the type of dessert where, even if you're stuffed, you'll find room. Soul Belly BBQ is more than just a smokehouse. It's a love letter to slow-cooked meats and bold flavors, written in brisket, ribs, and banana pudding. It's easy to see why locals and chefs can't stay away. If you're craving real deal barbecue with soul, style, not to mention some of the best damn mac and cheese in Vegas, this is your spot. Make sure to bring your appetite. It was difficult picking a winner today. They're all in their own rights winners, and you really can't go wrong with any of them. When it comes to barbecue, Vegas is smoking hot in more ways than one. From John Mole's wonderful rib tips, to the espresso-laced barbecue sauce at Lucky Cat Barbecue, to Jesse Ray's maniacal manic fries, to Wild Fig's beef ribs the size of your forearm, and of course, the brisket from Soul Belly that deserves its own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This city full of Southern transplants is quietly becoming a barbecue powerhouse. So next time you're craving meat that's smoked and cooked with care, skip the chains and hit one of these flavor-packed spots. And don't stress the sauce stains, or just wear a black shirt as I do. Think of them as indelible souvenirs from a meal worth remembering. We'll be back to all these barbecue joints soon. Who knows, maybe you'll see us there. And don't forget to tell them, Let's Eat Vegas sent you. Now, here's that special offer we told you about at the beginning of our video. Mention Let's Eat Vegas sent you at Soul Belly and receive 15% off of your meal. That's a great deal. This would be a good time to hit the notifications bell so you get a reminder when the next review becomes available. And of course, it's always a good time to like, subscribe, comment, or share. It's free to do so, and it helps us to grow and to bring you more reviews. Until we eat again, bon appetit!